Hello, my friends, and welcome to Ascent. Excuse me, the space game. This is a game I've been threatening to do for a while, and I finally have a week where I can do it. And I've been slowly playing through this because it is a little. Let's be honest, it's a little quirky. But I'm clicking with it. I'm clicking with it. So I wanted to show you some of the gameplay. Now, in this series, we're going to try and accomplish two things. First, we have a colony, a small colony with a couple of farms, and right now those farms need stuff. Right now those farms need stuff. I'll show you. I just got to figure out, I got to remember where it is. Where the hell? It's right there, Ceres. So I got it. Where am I? Okay, Apollo and Vulcan and Ceres. Okay, there's no waypoint system, so you gotta do it yourself. So this is my ship. It is a brig class. It's a Falcon ship. It's got 160 tons of cargo space. It's a pretty nice little ship, but there are other ships you can buy in the game, from little tiny runabouts to that's the brig, to bombers, okay, to to light fighters, to frigates, and so on. As you can see, these get kind of expensive. Right now I've got 244,000 credits to myself. So if I wanted that, for example, I would need so much more money. But that can be done in a variety of ways. So we're going to try and do some of them in this series. That is a really neat looking ship, huh? We're going to try and do some of that in this series in order to maybe get a better ship and so on. But right now, this ship is sufficient, I believe, for what we need. This little brig here. So I'm going to show you my colony real. Oh, don't crash on me. Don't. Okay. Yeah, this game is a little quirky. See, I was already docked, but now it thinks I needed to be docked again. I don't know why. So you could fly the ship from either the outside or the inside. So I could fly the ship right now using the WASD keys, or I could fly around using the right mouse button. The easiest way to get anywhere is by using the autopilot, which I will show you in a moment. But first, I'm going to show you mining real quick, since there's a mineable asteroid right there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, the controls in this game are a little funky. But I really love the mining in this game. Oh, wait. Slow down. Yeah, this game has an interesting thing called a gravity anchor. See that thing right there? So as you saw, I was going along at a good clip. But because I got close to this targeted asteroid, the ship stopped itself, which is neat. So now if I want to mine, I point, I click, but you can't just point and click. You gotta wait till it kind of turns purple.
Asteroid kinetic energy too low for mining.
Okay. I gotta mine it a little longer. Like I guess since it's a big asteroid, you gotta mine it a little more than usual. So let's get a little closer. Gotta get within 5 clicks of it. Oh God. Oh God. Oh. Yeah, see, like I said, the controls are a bit wonky. Alright, so now you wait for it to turn purple, which it should do any moment. It's red. It's getting purple. And then once it's a good purplish color, you let it go. There's a successful implosion.
Asteroid mining successful.
And you get stuff. You get stuff that you can sell or use for your colonies or whatever, or crafting. There is crafting in this game. You have to get blueprints. There aren't tons of places you can go mine. There's a nice little guide on Steam that I've been following that I'm going to use to help me get more money, because there are two things, like I said, there are two things I want to do in this session. The first is get my colony up to snuff, and it needs more minerals. The second is to do this. I have to take a note to Deep 6 in the unknown, wherever that we don't know where that is. I need, but someone knows where it is at one of the stations, but they want 750,000 credits. So what we're going to do is do some more mining, but the guide has a handy place that will apparently give me some valuable places to mine. But first I'm going to show you my colony. So we're going to, hang on. So my little tiny colony, if you do like the story tutorial part of the game, you get a plot of land on a planet in the Ceres system down there. Now to get to Ceres, I have to go to Apollo and then Vulcan and then Ceres. So thankfully the game makes this kind of easy. So first I go to use the autopilot to go to the Apollo jump gate. And so I could fly there, or I could just automatically jump.
Warping.
And there's a moment where you gotta wait for the next sector to load, which is fine. That's typical of most games like this. Now, as you can see, the interface is a bit wonky. Well, you'll be able to see better in a minute. Come on, buddy. There we go. I believe this game runs on Unity, so it's not the most optimized thing. So the interface is kind of interesting. You have a ship over here, and you can have a little thing where you can have crew, you can have different pilots, you can do things with the ship's computer, which is an actual command line interface. That's pretty neat. I don't know how to get out of that. How do I close this? Okay. And over here you have a chat, and you can have multiple chat channels, like help for newer players like myself, global, trade, and I think you can make new channels. I think. That's a newer thing that they just added. Up here, you have your radar, which you can actually... whoa! What was that? Looks like some big ships just went through the jump gate that I'm hovering over. Whoa, hello. NPC cruisers. That's neat. Apparently I can open a channel with them. And I don't know, pay them or something. So yeah, you can actually expand the radar to be in... This helps with like asteroid fields and stuff. And then a lot of your settings are up here. So you have contracts, which are missions. You have your cargo. So it's kind of a wonky interface. Where are we going next? Vulcan. Whoa! Holy crap, there's lots of ships just sitting there. That's weird. Wonder what's going on there. And then we're going to go to Ceres. And so one thing this game has, like I said with the plot of land, that's why I'm showing you this, that a lot of other games don't, is colonization. If you have enough money and can afford a plot of land through a market on a space station, which I'll also show you soon, you can buy a plot of land on a planet, and then you could start a colony, like a full-fledged city colony thing. You could actually also buy a starbase to link to that colony. So if you want to trade with that colony, you don't have to land at it. You can just dock at the starbase. It's kind of fascinating, and there are a bunch of players that have already done that. I'm starting with this dinky little plot of land that they give you as part of the tutorial, and it's only got a couple of farms on it. Woo, whoa, we warped through a planet. Yeah, that's what this game does. You're in warping, you warp through a planet. It's what you do. Whatever. It's fine. Saves time. A lot of this game, it's weird. Like, some parts of this game try and streamline it, like the autopilot, and some parts of this game are not streamlined at all. So I think we're in Ceres now. So now we can actually autopilot to my plot of land. So we're gonna do that, just so I can show you what's going on there and why we need more money and why we need more materials. So yeah, this is my little plot right here. As you can see, I've got 4 farms. Isn't that neat? That's my ship landing right there. So I have like a little island or something. So I've got 4 farms, grain farms. And once they're fully supplied, which they're not, once they're fully supplied, they'll start making grain that I could take and sell elsewhere. So I got to get them. Minerals. So as you can see, my farms need iron, and they need grain, and they need aluminum. So I've been doing some runs back and forth to buy iron to get these running. So that's one thing we're going to do in this series, is try and get all 4 of these farms running. And there are more things you could build here, but you have to have blueprints for them. And right now, oh.
You can't build that here. You can't build that here.
Oh. So I've got 2 blueprints for a farm and a transport hub. I wonder what that does.
Land.
So that, so I just built a transport grid, which I think allows for transport between buildings in the colony if they're not right next to each other. But as you can see, this requires aluminum and iron and titanium and carbon. So I can give it iron.
Structure supplied.
Because I just gave it 10 things of iron.
Structure supplied.
And I gave them the rest of the iron. I just mined that iron. So I could, if I wanted to take the time, I could mine a bunch of iron, but I've been buying it. So that's one thing I want to do. But another thing I want to do is the guide tells you of a place you can go to mine some really sweet asteroids. So we're going to do that in a moment. But I also want to show you landing and flying around planets, because you don't just land at plots here. You could actually go to a planet. It's not all planets, but certain planets, and actually fly over their surface. So I wanted to fly over the surface of Ceres here. I would engage my engines, which is the space bar, easily enough, and I would just fly down into the atmosphere, which you can do. And you can fly over all these planets. This is just one. There's lots of planets in this game. And a lot of them already have colonies. Like, there's a central sector where you start the game, and that's where the tutorial takes place, and that's where this planet is. You know. But there are sectors outside of this one. See, now I'm just hovering over the planet. Isn't that kind of neat? That's pretty. And there are lots of planets in this game. But there are lots of sectors, see, outside my sector, the sector I'm in, see, I'm in sector 0000, but you go outside sector 0000, which I'm going to do in a moment, and you'll find player colonies there. So we're going to do that. Come on. But first, we're going to go to a station so I can show you what that's like.
Warping.
And, again, warp through a planet. No big. NBD, apparently. So yeah, you warp and then you dock, and that might be an actual person. No, I don't, no, it's an NPC. All right, so when you're at a station, there's lots of things you can do. You could place, you could buy and sell in the local market. Like if I had, oh, I've got silicon, and they want silicon. So I've got some. I increased my own personal industry. I got some more credits. I got a little more experience, I guess, out of that. I'm not exactly sure what rank is. I'll have to look that up. But so that's what you can do in the local market. And different stations buy and sell different things. So you can't always just go to one station and buy and sell everything. There's also a galactic market where I could search for iron. And this guy is selling this much iron at this price. So if I wanted to, I could buy it from him, but I'm not gonna. Now here's my favorite part of a station is the contract board. This is where you get missions. Take 5 passengers, for example, or someone wants some magnesium, or more passengers. So I can take up to 10. So if I wanted to, I could take 3 different missions here to Plato and Apollo with passengers. Someone also wants some farming robots. Someone wants some tin. Someone has a blueprint for an iron mine for sale or a carbon harvester, which are things you can add to your colony. And this NPC needs 43 tons of vegetables, which sometimes you can buy at a different station. So let's see, like for example, is there titanium or vegetables here? Nope. I mean, they sell them, they buy them, but they don't have any. Oh wait, don't my places need grain? I'll have to look at that. I think, hang on a second, I think I actually have a note somewhere. 1 second. I think I wrote down actual notes as to what my colonies needed. Give me a moment here. Where are you? Where are you? There we go. Yeah, we need grain. We need 4 grain and 1 aluminum and 330 iron, which is at least 2-3 trips to get iron. Okay. So I could buy some grain here. So I need 4 grain. Oh, I just have an extra one now, apparently. I need some grain. Oh, I think those are cargo robots dropping off the grain. I think. Interesting enough, you can also get out of your ship. You could walk. I'll use my walk. I'm a woman's man. No time for talk. Look. Oh, yeah. That is me walking around my ship. So, yeah, this game does some things that other games don't let you. You can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man. No time for talk. So I'll get back in my ship. Easy peasy. So, we're going to go back to our colony and give them the grain we just used. Yeah. And let's see. So, we're going to land. Warping. Now, interestingly enough, I'm not sure if it's the engine this game is using or what, but there is some stuttering. There is a bit of stuttering going on. I'm not sure why. But it's a little weird. Just a little. Okay. Let's move you over here so I can read this. There we go. Hang on a second. Okay. Right, so now this needs 1 thing grain.
Structure supplied.
This needs no grain. Grain.
Structure supplied.
And grain. So now they all have the grain they need. Oh, except for... Now we need 300. Oh, all right. 100, 124. So we need 300, 200, 324 units of iron and 1 unit of aluminum. Sadly, we don't have the aluminum. That's okay. Let's take off. Which also takes a moment. So now we're back in orbit over Ceres. So now we're going to do a little mining of rare materials to get some more money. Now this is the map for our sector. Now we are going to go to, where are we going? Hang on. Where are we going? Adolphus. Hang on. Adolphus. There's Adolphus. Right there. So now the game tells us actually how to get there. So now we're going to go to Pomona. Where's Pomona? It's over here somewhere. Pomona. Oh, yeah, there it is. So we got to go to Vulcan, Apollo, Ubertus, Pomona, Miner's Paradise. Sadly, there's no autopilot. Like, you can't set a course this way. I got to remember it. So Vulcan, Apollo, Ubertus. So we're going to just remember it in stages. So Vulcan. Oh, apparently it might be better to mine in Haven because I don't have a hyperdrive. A hyperdrive lets you jump to other systems without needing these gates. Apollo? So the reason I'm liking this game is because it's relaxing. This is a PVE focused MMO, player versus environment. And I like that. I've never been much for PvP. I've always been much more of a missioner, like a freelancer / miner, you know. So this game, for me, hits a lot of the right notes. Where are we going? Ubertus. Because I just want to make money and do missions and dock at bases and ferry passengers and mine and all kinds of stuff. And that's what this game offers me the ability to do. And they keep updating. I'm sorry. It keeps getting updated. Like recently they added the ability for smuggling. So if your colony doesn't want certain things, people can smuggle it in. And you can hire, I think, local police to stop them. So wait, so now, where are we going? Pomona. And then from there we go to Miner's Paradise. So yeah, I find this game relaxing. I do. Alright. Miner's Paradise. There we go. Those jump gates were real close together. Yeah. So again, this game is just relaxing. I mean, I don't need to worry about being interdicted like in Elite. I mean, Elite has some stuff that this doesn't, obviously, like prettier graphics and stuff. And maybe a more... why did the game blink like that? That was weird. So now we're in Miner's Paradise. As you can see, the autopilot has completely changed because when you leave... When you... yeah, I think I need to go to Haven to do the mining, they said. Because I don't have a hyperdrive. When you leave Sector 000, not only, you know, are there more planets and stuff to go to, but now we have settlements. These are settlements of actual people. Abandoned Starbase. That's interesting. So we have actual... Yeah, see what I mean about the interface? Like, if I want to scroll down this list and use the mouse wheel, it also does that. I don't know how they would separate that out, but that's a little weird. So yeah, there I'll show. Let's pick a random colony here that I could show you. Umbrella Corp. Why not? Let's go there. So we'll show you a colony, just so you can see it. Yeah, the colony is down there. And the starport for it, I believe, is up there somewhere. Let's go down to the colony so you can see it. It's kind of dark on this part of the planet, so you can't... It's hard to see anything, really. But, but as you get closer, you might be able to make out some buildings there. I don't know. Do I have a flashlight? No, it doesn't look like I do. But, yeah, that... Oh, jeez. Let's pick another colony. This one's way too hard to see. Let's do Seeker's Seaside. I like the name of that one. So we'll look at this colony and their linked starbase. Are they dark too? Yeah, are they like on the dark side of the planet? What's going on here? Well, the colony is down there under that cloud. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, I will show you a little bit of this colony. I'll get closer this time, so maybe you can actually see it. I don't want to go too fast. Oh, look, there's already there's NPC ships hanging out at the colony. I think they provide security for smugglers and the like. Yeah, it's very hard to see. Oh, maybe now we can see a little more. There's also a frigate. Look at that. So yeah, now we're hovering over the planet, and this is this person's colony. This is an actual player colony. Someone actually put this together. So this is their little city that someone should be proud of, because it is pretty neat. I'm not sure what those are. They look like a bunch of biodomes. It's probably hard to see on the video. I apologize. I tried finding colonies that were on the light side, but I looked at 2 so far, none of them are. So I don't know if you can see that, but there are biodomes here, you know, and I'm sure there are farms and things. This place also has a linked starbase. See? That's the linked starbase. Kind of neat, huh? I don't remember what you do with these. I think you... Oh, yeah. Stock market. So, yeah, they've got stuff to buy and sell. Here. So they are selling hydrogen and... Oh, wow, they're selling iron. How much? 52? Huh. It's not a terrible price. Even though if I fly a little further, I think I can find iron for 1 credit a unit. But that's fine. So we are going to head over to Haven next in our next session and do a little mining. I'll show you a little more of that. So I hope I've showed you at least some of the intriguing portions of this game. So now we are going to do some mining, and we are going to try and get not only the location to Deep 6, but also our colony off the ground. That's what we're going to do for this series. So that's what we're going to try and do in the next few sessions. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.